Today I'm going to be talking about the fourth installation in Hidden Faces, Portraits of Nameless Women in the Gospels. This is the compilation that just came out, was released a couple of weeks ago, with all four of the books in the compilation. But today we're talking about Hopeless, the woman with the issue of blood, which is, as I said, the fourth compilation. I named the woman in this book Zahava, which in Hebrew means golden. I asked my editor if that was all right to do, and she thought it was a great idea. So, as a fiction author, I picked the name Zahava to illustrate this woman who was ill. She was sick for many years, weak, helpless, and hopeless. She had many miscarriages, which was the cause of the bleeding for the 12 years. Her husband Gideon stood by her, took her to many doctors, tried to find healing for her, to no avail. In this book, a secondary character emerges by the name of Hasina. She was Zahava's Egyptian slave, and she took care of Zahava, even offered some Egyptian cures for the illness, but to no avail. Zahava and Gideon meet Jesus on the way to Jerusalem to see a physician. He was just a carpenter then, and he actually met one of Zahava's needs at that time. He made a chair for her to carry her in on the donkey that they were traveling with. And so in that kind of double play there, we see that Jesus meets our needs in many ways. Years later, after she has been shunned by the family, of course, having the issue of blood for 12 years, she was considered unclean to her family, to the community, to everyone around her. So finally the family isolated her, gave her a little house in the country where she could live. Her husband hears of Jesus. He takes Zahava to Jesus, well, as far as he can. The crowd was pressing around so critically that she couldn't get to him. But she finally says, "I know how I can get to him," and she began to shout, "Unclean," and people cleared the way, and she got to Jesus just in time to touch the hem of his garment. We know from the biblical account that she was healed. So this book, Hopeless, is about healing spiritually and physically, and that Jesus, an encounter with Jesus, meets that need in all of our lives, whatever that need is, when we reach out in faith to Him. Hopeless, the woman with the issue of blood.